What is going on, everybody? Man, Micah's back with another video, back here to talk about iOS 17.2. Yes, I'm bringing this to you on a Sunday, but this is the RC build, meaning this is the build that will be most likely dropping on around Tuesday, which is in a couple of days. So I'm confident that this is the final build that you guys will see coming to your iPhones sooner rather than later. And that's why I wanted to wait till Sunday to bring this update to you guys. So if you guys are interested in videos like this, where we talk about iOS, we talk about even maybe most recent Android updates, Apple in general, make sure you guys ignite that like button, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so that way you know some of my videos, so that way we can sit back and see what's cracking. Now let's get into the video. And the first thing we're going to talk about here is the cameras, primarily the improved telephoto focus on smaller objects. Apple did upgrade the cameras, so not to really show you too much here, because what can I show you? But essentially between 2x and 3x, you will get a lot better focus and quality of your photos using the telephoto camera. So good on Apple to bring that update to the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max phones. And along with that, if we go to settings and we go to camera, so once we find camera and we open it up and we go to, is it in format? If we come down here to format, you'll see a new option there, which is spatial video for Apple Vision Pro. This is a feature that has been added to iPhones because of Vision Pro, meaning when you shoot videos with this turned on, those videos will be able to be played back in Vision Pro with that 3D virtual reality effect on it, so that way you get the quality out of your Vision Pro replaying your videos. And one of the major apps that Apple talked about during WWDC, which has finally arrived with 17.2, is the Journal app. And as you guys can see, I have it right there on the iPhone. Interesting enough, this app is not available on the iPad yet, but as we know with certain apps, it takes Apple quite some time sometimes for apps like this to drop on their iPad. So for now, this is an iPhone exclusive app, but Journal nonetheless is available here on the iPhone. And upon opening it, you're going to see some things that I've journaled about. Not trying to show you guys too much there, but if you did want to view some things, you hit the plus button and you get to see pictures that you've taken recently, something I'll journal about after this video. It also gives you reflection. So if you can't think of anything to write about, you can write about something like that. Things in the past that you've done, again, a continuous notes if you want to do recent. This even makes it easier on you to think about things that you could journal about, or just straight start from scratch with new entry up here at the top and start recording your thoughts. Now, if you want additional functionality out of Journal, if you go to settings, we back out of the camera settings, of course, and we go to Journal right there. Once we hit this, this gives you additional things for your journal. So if you want to have access to your location, you can, your camera settings, of course, your media and Apple Music, Siri, for it to refresh in the background. If you want to skip journaling suggestions, meaning you more or less start from scratch, you can toggle that on. You can lock your journal, meaning you need a passcode of some sort, or maybe Face ID/Touch ID to access the journal. And you can even turn on a schedule for the journal, so that way you are always reminded to journal when you want to, whether that's a daily basis based off of time or every other day basis. It's up to you. And not to mention, you can save photos that you take within the journal to your Photos app right there. So that is the Journal app. I think it's been pretty good so far, and I think it will grow over time based off of AI and machine learning, as well as just in general how Apple finds intuitive ways to make their apps very, very useful. I think that will be a great thing in the future. And again, it's going to be even better, I think, personally, on the iPad. Now, while we're in settings, some things have also changed while we're in here. So if we go to privacy and security, down here towards the bottom, you're going to notice sensitive content warning. This has been expanded to include stickers and posters. So that way you are very well informed of items or things that you may see. You will be warned before doing so. So that way you know whether or not you actually even want to be tempted to see anything that may be of, censorship-based concern. Now, Siri also has been improved. Nothing to really show in the settings, but in general, Siri has been improved. So that way, if you ask anything or some things in terms of health, like your steps, then Siri will activate and actually give you that on time information that you need. Action button as well. If you find action button in here, I think it has its own segment, tell you the truth. Let's see if we can find it here real quick. We do. Action. Action now allows translate. So upon looking for it, you will see that you can now use the translate button with action button. So that way you can translate audio between you and another listener. A little bit more on the spot that you can do in live whenever you're talking to somebody of a different language. So that way you two can have a relatively fluid conversation with just the press and hold of the action button. Now, of course, for me, I leave it on that silent mode. That's my favorite use for the action button as of right now. And I can't wait till they broaden the use cases, meaning a single press, a double press, maybe even a triple press to access various different actions with that button. And side note, case in point, that action button may be coming to the iPhone SE, but that's a story for another time. Reliability of emergency alerts are also improved, as well as local awareness, which is added. So things that take place locally to you, if you want to get notified of that kind of stuff, you will have a better job of being able to tune that in your settings. And also right here with journaling suggestions, this is all the activities and stuff like that that you will be able to get with that. That's in privacy and security. Just thought I'd mention that real quick. All right, AirPlay has also added a new feature. So if we go into general, then we go into, which is right under AirDrop, you will see that the AirPlay receiver now allows for Vision Pro activity. So again, Apple is really boosting their devices to be ready to play nice with Vision Pro when it drops. What, first quarter next year, somewhere? I would imagine April-ish. Springtime 2024, your phones will be readily available for the Vision Pro. And I also like to mention something that I've noticed more times than not. Live Activities has updated to add real-time live events. So let's say, for instance, we come back in here, Live Activities lets me know what's going on with the game. And as you just see right there, how fast and timely those updates are, it's letting me know in real time what's happening during the game and how perfect this is for sports games like basketball games, like football games, soccer, baseball. The list goes on and on, but they have really done a good job of improving Live Activities, and I've even seen more games get thrown in here. I've been able to keep track of like 3 games at once just with Live Activities. What perfect functionality, especially if you can't catch the game, can't watch it live, you're able to do so via Live Activities. You can also turn off inline predictions. So if we go into settings again and we go to keyboard, which is right there, if you guys see right here, show predictions inline, you can turn that off. I've noticed and heard that some people are annoyed with the inline predictions. I'm annoyed when it comes to YouTube Studio, so I turn it off on my tablet because that's where I do a lot of my typing for my videos and stuff like that. But you can turn that off now within settings. And also, you can your default notification sound. So I believe if you come into notifications, it's not here. It is in sounds and haptics. So if you come in here, you can change your ringtone, your text tone, your voicemail, new mail, sent mail, alerts, all that. Now you have a lot of options, including customizable options, that is back here within your sounds and haptics for your iPhones and most likely iPads. Now, while we're in here, we can check real quick. Apple Music also has updates. So Vaughn coming in here, you can actually turn off add favorite songs to your library. If you just want to favorite it something but not add it to your library, you can do so by toggling it off right there. And in terms of this most likely has improved as well in terms of the fader, songs between songs, especially if you're using shuffle mode, that has improved. Animated art has improved. You can turn off your listening history now with iOS 17.2. So if you listen to a certain song but you don't want it to affect your algorithm, you can turn that off if you're maybe experimenting with music. That's a good option there. And in general, if I come over here and open Apple Music, you are now able to change or better change your playlist artwork. So upon clicking this, I should be able to press and hold or maybe edit. And yes, I can edit it with the edit button. So now I can change it again, and now it works a lot better. And this something I actually kind of like. I actually may change it right now. It's not a big deal to me. Maybe I go X. You can also add your own custom one right there. So I find that to be very unique and, you know, intuitive by Apple to give you a little bit more customization over your playlist. That is very, very good. Collaborative playlist was added and then it was removed, so that may come in 17.3 or later. Favorites playlist, I don't know if you guys noticed, but once I come in my playlist, I do have a favorite songs playlist now. You don't have to necessarily have one, but now this is also added and available for Apple Music. What a nice little neat feature again right there. Now, if we go ahead and leave, another feature or another update is iTunes Movie Store has been discontinued, and that's basically because it has been merged with Apple TV, the Apple TV app. So if you want to do anything in that realm in terms of your movies and iTunes, just check out the Apple TV Plus app. You'll be good to go there. Weather widget has also added additional forecasts via widget options, as well as another digital clock option. So if we go over here, I can't right now, but if I wanted to edit, I should turn my sound off. If we want to edit the home screen and I swipe over and I hit the plus button up here, as you guys can see via clock, we have a new digital clock option right here. Something that I'm very, very tempted to use, but the way I have my current setup doesn't quite allow me to do that unless I change my weather widget out and actually use one of the smaller weather widgets, and that's what I'm about to show you right now. So upon swiping down here to weather now has added forecast abilities. So this is the one I'm currently using that I already had. But if I wanted to get more detail and granular with a smaller widget, as you guys can see here, you get the high and low information, precipitation chances or coverage, wind, your AQI, which might be something along the lines of maybe air quality, and then what it truly feels like outside. This is a new widget. You also can get a more streamlined daily forecast where it gives you the high and low of the present day, the city that you're in, along with the next 4 days worth of predictions for when it comes to the weather. You also get a better sunrise sunset widget. Just a few more widgets that they've added to make the experience the best they can for you. So upon hitting done, that gets rid of that home page, of course, but that is okay. And messages has also been updated. Now it can add the shortcut for sticker reaction. So let's say you wanted to respond to something, jump in the hill with the wifey. Everybody sleep. She wanted some Panda Panda Express. So if I wanted to, experience, wanted to react, I can add sticker right from this menu right here. So of course I can react, but then I can also add a sticker, and of course it can be a live one. And then if I want, I could just drag and drop, bring it on in here, slap it on there, and it gives you a better indication of what actual text message that you're actually going to stick to, and that's also good. And get creative with that. Side note, I use Jiffy to create my live stickers, so maybe I'll drop a short on that, or I'll drop a video on how you can really kind of get the most out of live stickers. But this is an added capability of iMessages, and depending on where you're at in the actual iMessage, the catch-up arrow is now back at the bottom. You won't really see it. You have to be, I think what will happen is, depending on where you're at in that text thread, it will give you a catch-up arrow to then, help you update on the messages, but it's not something that's always readily available, but it is now available. Contact key verification as well is within here. So if I go in here again, I tap on her message, I can come down here and you can see that advanced message security verification is turned off. Now, I thought I turned it on, but you can turn that on or off. Maybe it's dependent on the other user. And if they have it on, you get additional advanced security when it comes to you sending and receiving messages with that individual. So good on Apple to continue to improve security when it comes to our messaging capabilities. And then more Memoji customizations have been added, mainly body body customization. So I come in here and I go to Memoji. This is the best way I can think of getting here. If I hit the plus button down here and I wanted to edit, well, if I come right here, now we have body. So I can choose my waist, my chest, my shoulders, my arms, and even customize that much more my Memoji if I wanted to. Now, of course, I'm gonna hit done because I'm not touching none of that right now. And then I can swipe out, and that is your message updates within 17.2. The Apple TV app also has more or less a larger splash screen here when it comes to your home page, and they changed the icons down here at the bottom, so that way you get the most out of that as well. You know exactly what you're clicking on, where you need to go, and all that. Apple, I think, has stepped it up with their TV shows for sure. So if you guys haven't checked out the Apple TV app, go ahead and check that out. FaceTime has also added the ability to block messages. FaceTime adds block contact warnings, providing the option to accept or reject their call. So let's say you got somebody blocked for because you don't deal with them no more, or you just mad for them in the moment. Now they give you a warning before accepting the call that this is a blocked contact. So now it gives you even more control as to whether or not you want to deal with that individual or not. And the last thing that I was able to come across, I know that Apple did point out about iOS 17.2, is the fact that Apple Fitness Plus has an audio focus feature, which gives the ability to focus on the volume of the fitness trainer during workouts. And is that not something that is very key when it comes to working out? You want to be able to hear the instructor tell you exactly what you need to do. You guys need to be able to make sure you can hear what the fitness instructor is telling you guys. That feature is now here in iOS 17.2 as well. And that is everything that I could find for iOS 17.2. Let me know down in the comment section below if you've updated your device to iOS 17.2, if you're waiting, what other things did you notice, what's some of your favorite features since iOS 17 in general has become official with iPhones. The comment section is open for discussion. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so that way you notice my videos, so that way you sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. But your man Micah signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.